Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on this channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new NECA Toys Casey Jones Ultimate. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, make sure you're hitting that bell icon so you stay notified when I do upload new videos. And if you guys do enjoy this video or any other content that I put out, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow, and it's free and easy for you to do. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It is a very small goal of mine to try to reach at least one new subscriber per new video that I put out, so please be my one new subscriber for this video. Thank you so much in advance. With all of that out of the way, guys, once again, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new NECA Toys Ultimate Casey Jones. Now, this figure has had an interesting past and coming to be. So we have already gone a Casey Jones in this line. However, it was without the unmasked Elias head sculpt. But since Judith Hogue jumped on the bandwagon and was full force gun-ho for her own figure, it seems like Elias changed his mind prior when he said no to giving his likeness to NECA, to now change his mind to yes. So I think NECA kind of was bummed out at first when he didn't give their likeness, when he didn't give them permission to use his likeness. But at the same time, now NECA is probably jumping for joy because he not only provided them the permission to use his likeness, but they were able to get us to buy another Casey Jones figure. So hats off to NECA, they just know how to work it, but I have to admit, this is a great figure. So with that story out of the way, it is time for story time number 2, and that's how exactly did I find this figure. So when this figure was released, it was hard to come by, and it did in fact actually hit my local Walmart, and I did visit Walmart when it said it was in stock on BrickSeek both the morning and the night. Lo and behold, they said it was not out yet, and the very next day I saw this message from my good friend Robert that he sent me, that was from this Facebook group that posted that this guy had found a Casey Jones at the Walmart that I was just at the night prior. And you know, so I was really bummed out about that. And to be honest, I didn't think I was actually going to be able to acquire this guy. This guy became one of those toys where it's like, well, if I happen to come across him, I come across him and I'll pick him up. However, for my friend Robert, it was a different story. He's been searching and looking for this guy and really wanted this guy. So I was super happy and excited when I was able to find not only one of these, but 2 to also give to Robert. So just how and when did I find it? Well, recently I took a little vacation to the beautiful island of Maui, and of course drinking my big wave right here. Definitely doesn't taste the same here in the mainland as it did on the islands. It tastes way smoother over there. Of course, it wasn't sitting on a boat for days, you know, to get here, but I digress. I was on the beautiful island of Maui on my second to last day. I figured, why not stop by the Target and Walmart? Now keep in mind, the island of Maui only has one Target and one Walmart. So I went to the Target first and actually found the new Retro 66 Masked Joker from McFarlane Toys. So that review will be coming out next week. But after that, I went ahead and hit up the only Walmart on the island, and lo and behold, I was walking through the electronics section and I actually thought that they didn't have a NECA Funko section. I thought they were one of those Walmarts that just didn't have it, and I was like, wow, that really sucks for collectors on this island, because the one Walmart that they have doesn't have a collector section. And so I started to just walk by it until out of the corner of my eyes I caught a Funko Pop, and I was like, wait, they do have it. So I went ahead and walked back and walked to the Funko section. I was like, oh, it looks like they only have Funkos. But as I got closer, I saw it there, the NECA section. And here I'll insert a picture of what it looked like and what I look like when I found Casey Jones and that amazing NECA section right there. As you can see, I was so shocked and surprised I fell to the ground on a dirty Walmart floor. Can you believe it? That's how shocked and surprised I was. Just like, really, out of any places, I found him here, and I was, like I said, super happy and excited not only to find one but 2 so that I can give one to Robert. Now, they did also have the new Thing figure as well as the 2 packs of the new Shadow Masters or Shadow Warriors 2-pack, as well as a few European exclusive super shredders, as you can see in the picture. But this is what I was really shocked to find, and I'm super happy to find them. As you can see, it was just a great find. I always seem to hit it on vacation for some reason. I always seem to have some great finds. So you know, I'm super happy and excited that I was able to find this on my Hawaiian vacation. So super happy and excited. So with all that being said, guys, I know that was a bit of a long story time, but it is all associated with this figure. And with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at all the accessories that this guy comes with. So this guy does come with all the same accessories that the original release came with, plus the unmasked Elias head sculpt and the free hockey mask. But with that being said, we'll still go through each and every single one of these accessories if you haven't seen the original review, which I will link up above here, which is actually a bit of a two-parter, because not only did we get a Casey Jones, but we also got the Wrath in disguise with him. So it's a 2-for-1 for you guys. So with that being said, he does come with the same head that we get with the original release, which is the masked head. And if you look super closely, let me see if I can get my camera to focus in right there. Come on, I'm trying to see, maybe if I stick this hand back here, right there. Let me see. Focus. I don't know if you can see, but there's some eyes back there. So it seems like they already somewhat had the Elias head sculpt ready to go, since I think behind this mask he is a full head sculpt, or at least 2 to 3/4 of a head sculpt, because obviously the eyes have somewhat of a likeness to certain people, so they had to sculpt that correctly. And you can still see some of the mouth through that grill of the mask, so you do get that. So he does come with a whole lot of accessories in his hockey stick bag, and of course he's holding the new loose mask. But before we start pulling things off of him, we're going to go ahead and take a look at all the alternate hands that he comes with. He does come with 6 alternate hands. He comes with a pair of fisted hands. Let's see if we get the camera to focus right there. He does come with a somewhat of a medium open C grip hand. Whoops. Another somewhat medium C grip open hand. He does come with a wider C grip open hand for another accessory. He does come with a hand that's more in line to hold some of the hockey sticks, since it's a little more narrow, more of a closer C grip. He does also come with this amazing finger pointing hand grip right here. One other one, which is this somewhat open, but kind of like this, like a loose C grip hand. So now that I've already pulled it off of him, let's go ahead and take a nice close look at the extra hockey mask that we get with him. It is very nicely detailed. It does not, unfortunately, cover his head. That's why we have the alternate head sculpt with the mask on. But it would still be cool if it fit on top of his head, at least, so it could look like he's wearing it on top. But it is what it is. You could just still hang it from his hockey stick or whatnot. The backside is nicely detailed. You do get those nice little pieces that are painted inside, which would be the foam inserts to help protect the face. So overall, this is definitely a great accessory. Is it worth buying this new Ultimate for this accessory and the head sculpt specifically? Yes, if you're a diehard fan. No, if you're just a light fan. You know, me being a diehard fan, TMNT, the 1990 movie, being in my top 5 favorite movies, any and all figures from this line I definitely want, except for Splinter. I haven't acquired Splinter yet. I may be able to acquire him sooner rather than later, because I think my friend Robert says he has an extra 2-pack of Splinter and Shredder, so I'll have to talk to him about that and maybe talk to him about buying it off him, just like I did the Shadow Master Super Shredder. But anyways, guys, that is all the accessories that comes with that aren't his weapons. So now we're going to go ahead and pull out all his weapons. As you can see, he comes with a lot of them, so I'm just going to go ahead and sort of just dump them out so we can just go through them and don't have to worry about trying to pull each and every single one of them out individually. So he does come with this giant hockey stick right here, much like he uses in the film, and it is all nicely detailed and taped up. As you can see, like I said, it is taped up, and the tape has some very, very nice texturing to it, so super cool. And even the wood has some nice texturing to it. It looks very much like actual wood. Next up, we do get a pair of these I guess baseball bats, but they have like this grip tape on the tips right there on the middle, and of course on the grip part. So you get a pair of those. You of course get a cricket bat, so that's pretty cool. You do of course get a regular hockey stick. So I believe the other hockey stick is more of a goalie hockey stick, whereas this would be used by the regular players that are just moving back and forth on the ice. I'm not a hockey fan, but I do enjoy watching hockey. It is fun to watch, but I don't know all the rules, regulations, and stuff. But I believe if I know somewhat of my hockey, this larger one is for the goalies and this smaller one is for the people that go back and forth on the ice. So the last weapon that you do get is, of course, that putter that he uses to completely annihilate Tatsu at the end of the movie. So super cool. You do get all those, and as you saw at the beginning, they do all fit inside this cool nifty carrying case that he can strap onto his back. Very nicely detailed. So with this being done, alright, let's just go ahead and pull him forward so we can take a nice closer look at all the detailing that he has. So it is removable, so you can see the back detailing of his jean jacket. He is wearing gray sweatpants, much like he did in the movie. He does have, I believe he's wearing Nikes in the movies though, but obviously they didn't get the rights for that, so he's just wearing some black high tops. He does have the white shirt that he's wearing, and you do get some nice chest hair detailing right there, which I did not even notice in the first figure, which may not even be in the first figure, and it may just be in this updated version, I don't know. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take a nice closer look at the new Elias head sculpt, the whole reason to buy this figure. So I think they did a great job with this head sculpt, and it looks superbly close to the actor himself. I'll go ahead and insert a picture right here during this portion next to this guy so you guys can compare, and let me know down in the comments below, do you think NECA hit it out of the park with this head sculpt, or is it off? I think it's pretty damn close, and I do really like it, and I will definitely be displaying this Casey Jones this way, seeing as I'm displaying the other one with the other head sculpt already. So it just makes sense to display this guy with this head sculpt. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and give you guys a nice 360 view of this guy. So they did also update him by using these new single hinge elbow joints, because a lot of people complained about the other ones looking really weird. I personally didn't mind them. It wasn't a big deal to me, but they did update him, so his articulation is a little more hindered and a little less on the elbows, but he does have enough articulation to utilize for what he needs it to. So with that being said, guys, like I said, let's go ahead and start taking a look at this guy's articulation. So he can look all the way to the right, and his head just popped off right there. So his head kind of gets in the way, but he can look all the way to the right. You just have to mess with it. He looks all the way to the left. He looks down that far. He'll look up. Whoops, his head popped off again. He'll look up that far, which is not too much, but it's a little more than just straight on, since that is straight on. You do get a little wobble and movement and swabble and whatnot. His arms do go out all the way, so you will get a nice 90-degree T-pose right there. He does get rotation at the shoulder, 360 right there. No butterfly joint. Once again, they did update it to a single hinge elbow joint, and it does rotate at the elbow right there. You do get rotation at the wrists, as well as hinging in and out. Whoops. And I believe this hand this hand hinges in and out as well, instead of up and down. Rotation at the waist is very slight and very tight. Don't want to push it too much too far, because I'm afraid he'll break. So once again, with all NECA figures, you got to be super careful. Although for kicking out, this guy can do the splits. This guy can join the cheerleading squad. So that's pretty cool for a NECA figure. Most NECA figures cannot do this. I am super shocked, surprised, and super scared, so I am going to slowly return him to his resting position, because he can still break on the way down if you're too rough with them. But you do get some nice thigh swivel right there that's hidden by the sweatpants. You do get a single hinge knee joint hidden by the top of the sweatpants right there. Rotation at the knee, as well as slight ankle articulation down, which is hindered by the high top right there. Slight ankle articulation up, once again hindered by the high top right there. And you do get a ball rocker hinge joint right there, but once again hindered by the high top right there. So all in all, it is the same figure that we've gotten, besides the new single hinge elbow joints, and the new Elias head sculpt, and the free mask right here that isn't on the head. So all in all, still a great figure, and honestly, like I said, if you're a diehard fan like I am, this is definitely an addition that you want to add to your collection. For me, Danny Pennington was definitely a hit or a miss, a pass, or don't even need it really, because all he does is mope around, and he's just somewhat of a side character, although this is me trying to cope with missing out on that figure, because damn, I really wish I would have got that Danny Pennington, but I didn't. So it's one out of all the other figures. I think he's the only figure. Well, like I said, in Splinter's the only one, and obviously the Ghost Splinter, that's like what, $400 to $600 everywhere. So there's a few figures that have eluded me in this line, but very few. 2 out of all of them isn't too bad. So like I said, this figure itself was a take it or leave it for me, and whether I find it by accident or not, and I so happen to find it that way. By the way, guys, if you do like toy news and toy talk, join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news toy talk podcast, where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool pics that I took of this guy, and we'll be right back. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out if you like what you see. Leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of this figure or any other figures I do reviews on for this channel, check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez, because that's where I do all my unboxings. So check me out at CoolFigurez over on TikTok, and join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. And thank you so much to this channel sponsor, VRare Store. Check them out for all your Funko Pop, anime, Pokemon card, and toy print needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. VRare Store, check them out. With that being said, if you did enjoy the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really do appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.